Hello everyone, how are you? Sorry it's been so long since the last video. I think I done the last one in April and I know a lot of you liked it. So I thought I'd do another one because, I mean, I would do a progress video, but there's not really much to show, to be honest, because I've just been doing this mainly. I've also been scrapbooking for a little while, trying to make a scrapbook for Sakura and, you know, her birth and all that sort of thing. And I might show that in a later video, but yeah, not right now. Sorry, I thought I had something. Yes. Oh, before I start, I would just like to say thank you to everyone because I noticed the other day that I have hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! So I'm so happy. Really surprised that I've managed to get so many. So yeah, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me and watched my videos and left comments and all that fun stuff. It's really appreciated. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that some people out there like my little corner of YouTube, so that's really nice. I was thinking about doing a giveaway or something, but I don't really have anything to give away. But I don't know, maybe I'll think something up. I know that lots of people do seem to do that sort of thing. I would buy something, but I'm kind of skint at the minute. But hey, but yeah, I thought today we could do a bit of Zelda. Yes, I'm still working on Zelda. But I am nearly done. I have got this corner to do, which is about that big, about as big as my hand, maybe a little bit longer. And that's it. Well, no, that's not it, I have to say. That is not it. When all the tiles are down, I am still going to have to faff about with this. You may remember that in another video I mentioned about the colours. The colours are wrong. The colours are really horrendously bad. So I'm going to have to swap some out. I'm not going to do it at the moment because I'm all set up, you know, with the iPad precariously placed on top of a book, half hanging off to get a good angle. So I won't do it yet, but at the end I'm going to take you around the picture, give you a little tour, and I'll show you what colours I switched out, how it's all looking, and what colours I'm going to switch out, because if you are doing this picture, then I've only seen a couple of sellers who have it, so you may end up with one like mine, and if you know what colours to switch out, then hopefully you won't make the same mistake. But yeah, I thought we could finish up, well, start to finish up this corner. This big section here, if you can see it, it's kind of white, it's part of the castle, like up there. That's one of the colours that I had to switch out. I'm going to have to switch that out because otherwise it will be pink and they will have a pink castle. With Link's tights as well, I had to switch those out, otherwise they would be pink. Poor Zelda has got a skin disease. Well, Link's got jaundice and Zelda's got yellow chicken pox. So I'm going to have to switch it out because I want to be able to give it to my mum for her birthday, which is actually looming ever closer. I want to be able to give it to her and actually be proud of it and for her to really like it. Not me giving it to her and saying, yeah, sorry, dodgy colours, not my fault. I don't think I've ever had to change out colours before in a picture, but hey, first time for everything. But at least I have the spare colours so I can actually do it, if you see what I mean. I can actually switch out. But yes, how has everyone been for this past 3 months? I know it's been a while. We've all been okay. I've not been very well for a little bit of it. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was in a concert because I sing in the local choir. And that evening after I got back home, I thought, oh, my stomach really hurts. And yeah, I spent all that night being sick and whatnot. So all that fun stuff. And I was just thinking, thank God it didn't happen during the concert because that would not be the best thing. Me having to just run off stage and throw up somewhere. But there we go. The joys of a dodgy curry. I was eating the curry the night before and I said to Greg, oh, this chicken looks a little bit pink. And he was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. It wasn't fine. So yay. I kind of feel like I should say to them, look, you gave me food poisoning. You need to watch what you cook and make sure the chicken's cooked. But I don't know, maybe that would be mean. So yeah, we've had that. We've had me being sick and everything. Yay! But the concert went well, so that's good. Let's see. I don't know what the weather's like where you are. Where we are, it's really, really warm, and I'm doing my favourite thing to do when it's boiling hot, which is quite a good trick. What I like to do, because I wear a lot of black, is I just go to the bathroom and I'll wet the clothes that I'm wearing, and then it gives you like a nice cooler skin, as it were, because it's all wrapped around you. It makes you nice and cool, because I cannot tolerate the heat. I do not like it, and I complain like mad. But at least if my clothes are damp, then it's not so bad, and I can actually tolerate the heat. Wet my clothes and put my hair up. Well, I haven't got my hair up at the minute. But yeah, also, it's been really nice here because, I mean, you may remember, well, it's not that long ago, obviously there's been the football on, and I don't really care about football, to be honest. I don't, even the World Cup, I never really care. But we've actually done quite well. And the thing is that even though I don't care about the football, what I do care about, which I saw a massive change in, was the atmosphere over here. When we were doing well and we were still in it, and in the quarterfinals, it just, everyone was so much happier because you put the news on. I mean, I don't even really watch the news anymore because it's just depressing. Whenever you put it on, it's always someone, I don't know, someone murdered, or a terrorist attack, or Brexit going pear-shaped or something. It's always miserable stuff. But at least with the football, I don't know, everyone was just so much happier. And it was really nice to see. So it's a shame that we're knocked out now. Just because it's just nice to have a bit of good news. Don't know what it's like where you are, but it's pretty depressing here at the minute, which is a bit sad, really, even with all this nice hot weather. I don't know. Other people are quite depressed anyway. I just try and stay happy, and that's why I don't watch the news. Got to try and stay happy for Sakura. She's doing well. She is very nearly walking. She will stand up a bit and balance. She'll cruise along the furniture. So yeah, she's definitely nearly there. She's 15 months now. I can't believe how old she is. I remember just doing these videos when I was pregnant, and it just seems so long ago now. Or maybe it just seems like 5 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, she's still such a happy girl. She's in the living room now with Greg. He's giving her some crisps as a treat, because she's a pig. She loves her food, which is good because she needs to put on weight. She's a very tiny gal. So yeah, we're all doing good. It's Sunday, so Greg's got the day off. Later on today, we're going to go to this thing down at the local church. It's like a baby group sort of thing. It's all arts and crafts, and they have a story and singing and all that sort of thing, which Sakura loves. I mean, me and Greg aren't particularly sociable, but she definitely is. She loves to be around other babies, and she loves singing. So yeah, we'll go for her, and she can go and get messy and go and get attention from everyone, saying how cute she is. She's such a little attention seeker. So yeah, that should be fun. Oh yeah, one thing that I was going to mention, which I forgot before, but yeah, it's not very old. I've started a blog. I took a bit of inspiration from Teresa Little Stitcher, who is a floss tuber. And I thought, for the times where I'm not doing a video, but I've got something to show, or just a little update, or something, I thought I could put it on a blog, because I thought it would be a lot quicker and easier. It's not really that quick, because you have to write everything out, and I'm quite long-winded. But yeah, so I thought I'd start that. The name of the blog is called The Messes I Make, which is inspired by, if you remember, I done a video a while back asking for names of my channel, which I didn't change, but I did really like the name, and that was suggested by Megan Elizabeth, who has a lovely name actually. That's a nice name. So yes, thank you Megan for that suggestion. I really liked it, so yeah, now I'm using it. It's called The Messes I Make. I think it's dog.blogspot.com, I think, but I'll link it in the description anyway. So yeah, come have a nose. I haven't updated it in a little while, but I do plan to put a few more things on there. To be honest, the Blogspot app is a bit of a pain to use. I wanted to have a gallery on there and show all the finished paintings I've done, or you know, just anything crafty that I've done, but it's kind of difficult. I tried to do a gallery and it just, I don't know, it was just giving me blank dodgy pages. But maybe one day when I have more patience I'll try again. There's a lot of W's. I didn't realise how many W's there were. And there's a lot of tiles in here that are all stuck together, which is rather annoying. The amount of F's, well, 310s, the black ones, the amount of tiles I had in here that were circles is just really, really annoying. I've heard people mention before that the 310s often do have squares and circles mixed up, and yeah, it's true, they do. And it's really, really annoying having to sift through all the circles to find a square. Let's get a few more of these in. And also, I was in a bit of a bad mood yesterday when I was doing this, and I got distracted. So I think, like, oh, Sakura's hammering at the door. Twice yesterday, I mixed up colours, which isn't really the smartest thing in the world to do. I think I just sort of absent-mindedly grabbed a packet that I thought was the correct one and poured all the tiles back in that I'd finished with. And yeah, now I have mixed up colours, woo! And I think on Friday when I was doing this, I dropped a bag on the floor and a load of tiles came out. So yeah, it's going so well. Oh, one thing I'm going to have to do with this is stop the video halfway through or after about half hour or something, just so I can have a couple of smaller videos, because with the last one I just couldn't edit it and that was annoying. So I will make sure I pause. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking for W's. Oh, there's some over here. Trying to read my handwriting. I wrote a few things down in my pad, but I have such bad handwriting, and I'm listening to Greg talking to Sakura saying, no, don't eat that. Quite funny. So yes, come and have a look at my blog. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. Has anyone here tried kitting up a Haid? A Heaven and Earth design? I think that's something I really would like to do down the line. I think I've talked about it before. And the interesting thing is, some people... Sakura's opened the door. Hello! Oh, bye. Greg, shut the door, please. Cheers. I don't know how she managed to open that door. Got her little fingers in. But yes, I was thinking of doing a Heaven and Earth design next. Well, maybe not next. I've still got a load of things to do. A load of other designs, but I definitely would like to do it. But I know a few people have made it so that, because obviously with Heaven and Earth designs, in case you don't know, they're cross-stitch patterns. So you buy the pattern, you buy a blank canvas, and then you buy the tiles that you need. So instead of, you know, looking at the floss usage chart, you work it out for, you know, the tiles you need rather than skeins of floss. And So quite a few people have done that. There's a Facebook group for it as well, run by Caitlin White. That's quite good, and that's good help for if you want to kit something up yourself. But some people I know, they've managed to get the pattern onto the canvas. Stitcherista, who is a subscriber, hello if you're watching. I know that she has gotten into diamond painting in a really big way. And she managed to, it was very labour intensive I think for her, but she has managed to get the pattern onto the canvas just by printing sheets out, making sure they're cropped to the correct size, lining it all up, sticking it down, and then basically putting a big layer of double-sided sticky sheets on top of that. I have to say, I watched it the other day and I just thought, oh, that looks, as she would say, like a whole lot of nope. It looks like a lot of effort. But the weird thing is, when I was looking on the Haid Diamond Painting group, what are they called? Like Cross Stitch America, I think they're called. They posted saying that they can sell Heaven and Earth designs themselves, and they will kit. I don't think they kit it out, but they will sell you the canvases with the pattern on it, like what Stitcherista does. But the annoying, I don't know, the bizarre thing is that the person from Cross Stitch America was saying, yeah, you know, we can do it, we've got exclusivity, but it's very expensive because it takes a lot of time to do. Which kind of made me think, why did you go for exclusivity when it's very expensive and takes a very long time? I don't know, for me, I just kind of think if someone finds an easier way to do it, then you're kind of shutting them out and they're not allowed to do it. I don't know, surely you'd find out a really way to do it and then get exclusivity. I don't know. I don't get it. I just thought it was a bit weird. I just kind of think, why do that when you haven't actually got the technique down? But there we go, because I think they pretty much employ someone just to do it, just to put the pattern on. She's opening the door again. Go away! Go away, child. She wants her mama. Can't blame her. Yeah, I don't know, I just found that weird, but I do think it seems like an interesting idea to get the pattern onto the canvas, but I probably would follow the pattern onto a blank canvas, because I quite like the idea of there being nothing, like with cross stitch, there's nothing there and then the picture emerges. Whereas obviously with this, when it's all pre-printed, you don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but you have a good idea. And yeah, I don't know, I do kind of like the idea of having nothing there and building it all up, even though I think it will take longer to do. Well, it will take longer to do, especially for me. God, it's going to take me bloody years. But I don't know, I just think that sounds really fun. And there are some really gorgeous, amazing pictures on the Heaven and Earth website. If you haven't heard of it, then I suggest you check it out. They have what I would really like to do, which is kind of, you know, the dream, because it would take me years to do. I'd love to have a massive diamond painting of a Jonathan L. Bowser piece, because I really like his work, and there's a picture that I like in particular. Maybe I'll put a picture of it in here, then I can stop my video and break it up a bit. I'll put a picture in now of what I really like, and I'd like to have it massive, pretty much. Massive in my dining room. I think it will look really nice, with a nice frame around it. So I'll put a picture in here and show you what it looks like. Okay, hopefully I've showed the picture. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I mean, there's other pictures there as well that I really like. And I think with the Bowser pieces, it might be a bit, I don't know, not boring, but I like pictures of brighter colours. I find those a lot more interesting to do. And obviously those colours are somewhat muted in that picture, but I think it'll still be fun to do. More W's. More W's. Go away. I've also been watching videos of other people, but, well, not that many other people actually, because I've been watching lots of Twitch while I've been doing this. But I've been watching the videos of Crafty Lisa, because she is another person who's gotten into diamond painting from cross stitch, although I think she does like a million other crafts as well. So it's interesting to see when people go from cross stitch to diamond painting and they take it up and just see how they find it. I mean, I think she's slightly worried, that she said anyway, that because the count on diamond painting obviously is a lot bigger. I think it is only like 12 count or 14 count. I think it might be 12 count. Obviously, it's all very pixelated. The pictures have to be a lot bigger if you're going from a cross stitch pattern. That is, yeah, I think that worried her a bit, but that's understandable. I can completely see where she's coming from, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Some of us just find cross stitch way too fiddly. I feel kind of bad. I haven't done any of my cross stitch because I don't know. I kind of feel it's a bit depressing because I don't feel like I'm any good at it. I feel like I'm very, very, very slow. I just spend most of my time threading needles because I have to do it with the needle threader. I can't set myself up anymore now with my special like iPad setup that I had, because one of the stands is broken. The homemade one that Greg made for me, that doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I don't know. So I would like to take one of those nice oh god, what's her name? Linda Ravenscroft. I'd like to take one of her designs, like what I was doing, and just do it as diamond painting, because it's just so much easier. I don't know, for me, cross stitch is just so much of a faff. I know it's not for most people, but no, I'm just not very good. Not very good at it. And I know that I'll get better, you know, the more I do it, but I don't know, I just think you've got to do what you love, and I think Viva is just going to take years, to be honest. And I don't want years of me just feeling like I'm taking forever and it's a bit depressing. What should we do? Let's do some K's. Do some of the red. I have a euro with. Oh, there's K. Not red, it's orange apparently. But yes, inspired by my last video that I watched of Crafty Lisa. She done a tag, and I done a tag last time. And I was originally going to nick the one that Crafty Lisa done, but I thought, why not do my own? So I done my own tag. Let's find the questions that I wrote. So this is Nick's diamond painting tag. If you want to use it, then go for it. But please let me know if you do use it, just because I'm nosy and I'd like to know. I can find out everyone's answers. So the first few questions are diamond painting related. Just your standard. Round or square is number 1, and why? As you've probably guessed, I prefer square. I think square just looks a whole lot better. There are no gaps. They're easier to pick up because I don't really get along with the pickup pen. And yeah, I just think it looks much, much better to me. The next question is full or partial, and I prefer full. I really... She's at that door again. She's not getting away from that door. I would really like to see more full pictures with the shiny round tiles. And yes, I know they're round. I don't like rounds, but you can't get shiny square ones, so it would have to be round. But I really wish more sellers would do that. I keep thinking I should just contact a seller and say, look, can you do this for me? Can you make this picture into a full with shiny rounds? But I think, as far as I know, one of the problems is there's a lot less colours with the shiny round tiles. Well, there are a lot less colours. It's not DMC, it's just, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there really isn't that many colours. So I don't know, maybe that would just be really tricky. I could just contact a seller and say, hey, can you do this for me? By the way, I have a YouTube channel and I'll promote your store. They'd probably do it then. And then, I don't know, they'll find out that I'm not a PewDiePie with like a million, billion subscribers. And be like, yeah, you're not worth it. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting carried away. What was the third one? Third one, tweezers or pen. And obviously, I prefer tweezers. I just find it so much easier. I don't like the pen. I'll use it if I have to for rounds. But yeah, I just prefer tweezers. It's just a lot easier for me. But I've spoken about that before. And then number 4, I crossed out. Oh yeah, I was going to think up another question to go in its place and I didn't. Whoops. So number 4. If you was on death row, what would your last meal be? The classic question. I don't know if you can hear her. Sorry. My last meal would be... See, I didn't even think this through. Not this one, at least. Probably something very, very fattening. I really like my Japanese food. Not sushi, really. Surprisingly. If anyone knows their Japanese food, I know one of my lovely commenters does. Kitsune udon is really, really nice. It's my favourite. Or udon with some tempura on the side or something. My favourite. But it has to be the proper stuff. None of this fake Tesco rubbish. And then for dessert, I think it'll have to be something very calorific. Some lovely fancy European dessert that takes like 20 hours to make that I haven't tried. Go away, child! What if... Sorry, there's a banging crashing about in another room. I think that's Greg blocking the door off. I feel mean now, she just wants to come out. Right, next question. What gave you nightmares when you were a child? This is quite an easy one because it makes me think of... Hang on, I'll be back in a second. Okay, sorry about that. Sakura was getting a bit upset, so we've just put her down for a nap since it is her nap time. So yes, as I was saying, what gave you nightmares as a child? For me, the thing that sticks out in my mind is, it's quite bizarre, is when I was little, I used to watch loads of scary films, violent films. You know, it was usually around my dad's and he didn't really care. He was pretty easygoing. So we used to watch things like, I don't know, like the Child's Play things or It and stuff like that. But the thing that gave me nightmares was in Terminator 2, where, I can't remember what his name is, the bad one, the bad one, when he is kind of made up of liquid metal and it all blobs together and he comes together again. That scared me. I don't know why, but it did. I know, strange child. I remember talking about that with my dad recently, saying, oh yeah, I had nightmares from Terminator 2, and my dad was like, oh, what, when the guy has his eye stabbed? And like, no, didn't care about that. because, you know, liquid metal is just so much scarier. Whatever. Odd. Anyway. Come here, tile. Don't be disobedient. Next one. Cats or dogs, and why? So, I'm a dog person. Greg's a cat person, unfortunately, but he does like dogs as well. I prefer dogs because you can have a laugh with a dog and have a play. But I think a lot of cats are just like, everyone knows about the cat reputation. Give me strokes, but don't really. Go away now. I'm done with you. Pick me up, put me down. There are a lot of funny YouTube videos of people filming their cats just being assholes. Just like a cat walking along a shelf and just like knocking everything off and just looking at the owner like, problem. And the owner's just like, yeah, you're an asshole. And I find that, I don't know, it's weird that I think cat owners let their cats get away with a lot more things than what a dog could. Like, I think I was watching, I mean, I don't tend to watch these sort of programs. It's one of those ones like You've Been Framed, where it's home videos. And a cat jumped onto the face of a little baby. And everyone there was just like laughing. And I thought, if that was a great big dog that leapt onto a baby, the dog could probably be put down. They'd think, oh, it's vicious. But I don't know. I know it's not always the case. But I don't know. It's just the impression that I get. A cat does something really bad and everyone's like, no, Fluffy, silly cat. But there we go. But yes, I like dogs because they're fun. And they give you exercise because you need an excuse. So, next one. Do you think with your head or with your heart? Now, I do try and, with some things I definitely do try and think with my head, but then a lot of the time I do think with my heart. Like, for example, big decisions, I'll always try and work it out in my head, as most people do. But then if I'm, say, going shopping for something, like, say, I don't know, a dress or a piece of jewellery or something like that, I'll always just judge it by how it makes me feel, if that makes any sense. If I see something and I just think, wow, I love it, it's awesome, I need it, then I'll just go with that. Because I'm very much that sort of person where if it's something to do with personal taste, it will be like 90% no, and then maybe, I don't know, 7%, yeah, it's nice, and then 3% is, I love it. So I'll always go with that. I find if I just go with a purchase that I think, you know, is a good deal or something like that, then they're the ones that I often regret. And I do kind of feel bad because when I bought my my latest engagement ring, my upgrade, I bought that was definitely a heart purchase. I saw it and I loved it, and Greg said, yeah, go ahead, and I paid way too much, way too much, and I think they saw me coming, to be honest. So I do feel kind of bad about that. So yeah, sometimes I definitely think, I don't know, thinking with your head is much better. Sometimes your heart can just lead you astray if you love something. Yeah. It's kind of annoying now because whenever I look at my engagement ring, I sometimes just think how I was done and just paid way too much and what I could have got for that price. But there we go, you live and learn. It's still a nice ring, and when I'm dead, Sakura can have it, so there we go. I'm sure she won't be saying no. Right, I think that's all the Ks. I think that is all of the Ks. Where is my pile? I love it when you get to the end of a diamond painting. You're on that last section and you can say, right, done with this bag now, and you can put it away. Ready to be, you know, put together with all the other spare tiles that I have. They need to be matched up, but I never really get round to doing all the numbers. I do have quite a lot that I need to, you know, like you have a 310 from one kit and then 310 from another kit, and I try and put them together in one big bag, but yeah, sometimes that is, I don't know, sometimes I just think I haven't got the time. I need to do like the start of a new diamond painting so things don't get put together. But I'm sure lots of people are like that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. What shall I do now? Number 6. Let's do number 6. Let me try to find it. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I tried a different way of, I don't know why, I think I just sort of had a bit of a brainwave. I thought, oh, I'll have a new way of putting my tiles together. So I don't know how well you can see this on here. No, you can't see it, unfortunately. You can kind of see it. See, there's 3 sections in there. Kind of. Basically, I've got a jewellery box called Stackers. And it's kind of hipsterish, I think, because it's a lot of money. And it's like different layers of jewellery box that you stack up together. And I spent quite a lot of money making my big stack. And I hate it. It's probably the worst jewellery box I've ever bought. Really don't like it. So I thought, oh, I'll use a couple of the layers to put tiles in and arrange it by colour. But yeah, that hasn't worked out very well. Because you have things that are like a reddy orange and you think, well, should it go with all the yellows or should it go with all the reds? So yeah, sorry Stackers, but your jewellery boxes are crap for anything I try and use them for. Even just for storing tiles, they're no good. Right, 6. Right, next question. Do you collect anything? This is something that I'm kind of interested, well, I am interested in hearing what other people collect. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I collect jewellery and gems, that's my thing. I collect different types of jewellery to a different extent, if you see what I mean. Like costume jewellery, for example, I've got a big box of costume jewellery, and I just buy that on a whim just because it's cheap, and I let Sakura play with it, and I just have it because it's a big box of nice pretty things. But then some of the more serious jewellery, I put a ton of thought and consideration into what I'm going to purchase and why, how does it fit into the collection. I tend to go very obsessive, and I'm not the only one. I am part of, I'm not going to say, what, but I am part of an online forum that's, for like gem and jewellery lovers, and we all can chat about it, we're all obsessed. So that's really nice. But yeah, I've always loved jewellery ever since I can remember. I remember when I was about 5 or something, crawling around the lobby in our first house, the first house I remember, and finding one of my mum's earrings, and it was just like, if you think of like the Diana ring, where it's like sapphire and then like a halo of diamonds around it, it was like that, but had like I think it had like a fake blue topaz in with crystals around it. It was quite a cheapy thing, but I just thought, wow, sapphire and diamonds, oh, this is worth so much money, it's treasure. And I think Mum gave me the other earring, and I still have them now. And I have a brooch that also my mum gave me. I remember I was like still really small. It's one of my earliest memories. She gave me this brooch that, half the stones were missing, and it was all just crystal. All the gold had come off. I don't even know if it was meant to be yellow gold or white gold plated, because it's all just bronze now. Bronze with most of the stones gone. And my mum told me, that these crystals were sapphire and diamond. And again, I thought, oh, treasure. And I've still got that brooch. Even though it's knackered, I still love it. It's got that sentimental value. So I've always loved my gems and my jewellery. So yeah, that's what I collect. Put that 6 in. Blah, 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 blah. What advice would you give to your younger self? Some of these questions are so cliched, aren't they? But I don't know, it just sprang to mind. That's why I thought I would ask. So, there's a 5 there that I've missed. Now, I thought about this, and I think some advice I would give to my younger self, that I would probably give to Sakura as well, is don't listen to people. I mean, not just the bad things, not just the people who are being mean to you and bullying you, because I mean, that's pretty obvious that you shouldn't listen to them. But, I don't know, I grew up with people telling me like, oh yes, but you should be doing this, and you should be doing that. And if you don't do it, then, you're the odd one out, or you're a skank, or whatever. And I think I would just tell my younger self, just don't care. Just do what you want. Even if you want to have, I don't know, have a collection of different types of poo. You don't want to have a shower for 10 years, whatever. It's your business. It's not anyone else's business. As long as you're not hurting anyone, then sod it. Do what you want. If you want to go around wearing a flipping clown outfit 24/7, then go for it. No one's business but yours. And as long as you feel happy, then that's all that matters. As long as you're happy and you're not hurting anyone. Because I think that's something that really irks me, and it did when I was younger, is that people would try and tell me things for my own good, because it's what I should be doing. And I've never taken it on board, which is good. I think not caring what people say and just, not giving a toss it's an art form, and it needs a lot of practice. You have to keep practicing it, and then you'll get better and better. So I've tried to practice that a lot, as I'm sure a lot of you do. So, do you have a hidden talent? Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. You're in for a treat. My hidden talent, and it's people in my family. My sister and my mum, we passed down through the generations. We can all sing our alphabets backwards. I'm not going to sing it, but it is Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, J, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. There we go. Stumbled, I know I would. Yes, we could all sing our alphabet backwards. And something that springs to mind when I think about it is quite a funny story involving my sister, when she's going to kill me when she sees this, because she probably will. Back in the day, when my sister was a teenager and she was still living at home, she's got a couple of years on me. I remember her coming home. The police brought her home one night because she'd been drinking a little bit too much, and I remember her just shouting her head off, drunk as anything, waffling on to my mum, saying about, oh, the policemen, they wanted me to say my alphabet. They asked me to say alphabet, and I said, I'll do better than that. I'll say it backwards. Say it by W-E. And she started singing it backwards. So I remember just finding that hilarious. I bet the policeman was just like, what? Which just goes to show that it's not really a very good test of how drunk you are if you can say your alphabet. She managed to sing it backwards and she was plastered. But that just always reminds me of that night when she came back, wowing the policeman. Or just confusing him. Yes, there we go. That's my amazing talent. Let me know if you have an awesome talent like that. A really awesome, pointless talent. Because I think those talents that get passed down through the generations are the best. So, next one. If you could gain any skill, what skill would you gain? Now, I tried to think about this, and it's kind of... There are a lot of skills that I would want, but I think a lot of them would be pointless. Like, for example, I put a ton of time and effort into learning the piano. And, well, not really a ton of time, it was only a couple of years. I absolutely hated it. I don't regret giving up. But it would be nice if I could actually play. It would be a nice skill to be able to play and not be terrified when playing in front of anyone. Because Because it does just kind of feel like it was all, you know, the hours and hours of practice and spending money on lessons and piano and everything. It all just feels like it was pointless. So I think I kind of look back and think, well, it'd be nice if I actually had something for it. So I think that'd be a nice one. But then, you know, then again, it's pretty, unless you can play extremely well, it's a bit of a pointless skill to have. It is just for your own enjoyment. So I don't know, maybe I still wouldn't enjoy it. I'd have a skill and I wouldn't really care about it. I also would like, I'd like to be able to draw or paint better than what I do. I used to paint quite a lot, mainly digitally, but also, you know, proper paint on canvas as well. But I've never considered myself to be very good. People around me would say that I, you know, had a talent and all this rubbish, but I don't believe it. I don't think I was very good. And again, I know that's down to practice, and if I practiced more, then I'd get better, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard when it takes you so long to do something, and then you just feel like what you've done is awful. So yeah, it'd be nice if I could actually draw properly, and then look at what I've done and just be proud of it and think, yeah, it's awesome. I love that. But yeah, that never really happened, which is a shame. It's probably why I don't really do it now. I still draw the odd, stupid little thing here and there, but nothing serious. But yeah, I can't really think of a skill that you'd have that would be really useful. I mean, it'd have to be a work skill, wouldn't it? But that'd be boring. Like, oh, I wish that I had the skill of accounting. That would be pretty lame. I don't think anyone would wish for that. Oh, there's another 6. I thought I was done. There was another one. Get in the hole. Right, next. List 3 pet peeves. Okay. I could list way more than 3. So many things annoy me. Number 1 is people who say Pacific and guesstimate instead of specific and estimate. Oh my god, that really annoys me. Greg always does it to annoy me as well. He always says guesstimate. I guesstimate it's about 6. No, estimate. And the sad thing is that so many people get it wrong. It's probably going to end up in the dictionary as guesstimate because everyone says it. If everyone says something, it ends up in the dictionary. Oh, it's really annoying. Estimate. Specific. Get it right, people. Get it right. Number 2 is Facebook people. I've mentioned this before. Oh my god, just the amount of annoying people on there who just have to scream and shout and stamp their feet and just call everyone a racist bigot, but not them, because of course they're perfect and everyone else is just a fault. I don't know how people can just be so ignorant. And it's people like on the left and the right. I mean, usually I find that people on the right talk a bit more sense. But not even they're immune to it. I think yesterday I saw a guy, you know, 1 minute he was talking about, he's American and he was all about, you know, the Constitution and freedom of speech and all this stuff. And then the next minute he's saying, don't come on my wall posting anything, you know, posting your opinions if they're conflicting mine and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it sort of thing. And I thought, well, you don't like freedom of speech then. That's pretty much what you're saying. But whatever. There are a lot of people who just want to hear opinions that echo theirs, and that's it really. Everyone else is just a racist. No matter what it's about. It could be about what colour the sky is, and if you disagree, well, you're racist. You're a transphobe. My third pet peeve is sweet corn. Oh my god, I hate sweet corn in things. I don't like sweet corn, and it's in everything. Salads. I try and be healthy and I think, oh, I'll get that nice salad. That looks like a nice salad. It's got bloody sweet corn in it. Everything has got sweet corn in that I want to eat, like lunch-wise. Stupid sweet corn. It's just like the scum of the foods. The filler. The cheap filler. Everyone puts in everything. Yes, I don't like it. I tried to I tried to like it. I've tried to like it many times. I've tried again and again to just eat it and get used to it, but doesn't work. Stupid sweet corn. Oh yeah, and raisins. They put raisins in everything. I once signed up for Graze. Have you ever heard of Graze? It's like a kind of healthy-ish snacking company, and they send you. You go on the website and you say what you like and what you don't like, and they send you like a little box every week or fortnight or month with these little tiny snacks that are all different things. And I went on and I said I don't like raisins, so don't give me raisins. And that's like half the things they do. So I was very limited, so they just kept sending me popcorn. I had so much popcorn, and that's why I stopped it. I just thought, no popcorn, thank you. I've had enough of that. I can just go down the shop and buy popcorn for a lot cheaper. So yeah, those are my pet peeves, among many others. So I think this is 13. Do you have any phobias? Yes, I definitely do. My biggest phobia is, I don't know, they're both pretty bad. I'm scared of the dentist, like a lot of people are. Absolutely terrifies me, to the point where a few years ago, because I didn't go for a very long time, I try not to go. So when I went a few years ago, I had to have a few fill-ins. And of course, I was absolutely terrified. I wouldn't let the dentist do anything, and the whole time I was just feeling like such a bloody idiot. I just wanted it to be done, but I wouldn't let myself. So they had to send me off to a place that was quite far away. I think it's near London. And I had to be sedated to have fill-ins. And I'm talking like proper, I think they call it twilight sedation. I think it's like through an IV or something. And yeah, I have to say that was so fun. It was really fun. Probably the most fun I've ever had at the dentist, because you just end up tripping. And I think because they put a blue cloth over my head while they were doing stuff, and I remember just like, because they were spraying the water in my mouth as well, I imagined that I was going through like the crest of a wave, like a blue tunnel like that, and it was just really freaky, but so cool. Very odd experience. But yes, that's because I'm too scared of the dentist. I'm a wimp. My mum, she's a dental nurse, which makes things worse because she just doesn't understand why I'm so scared. But yeah, anything to do with teeth, actually. I hate anything to do with teeth. Just yuck. Nope. No. Also, I am scared of heights. I am terrified of heights. To a ridiculous level. If I'm just a few feet off the ground, I will be scared. Greg really makes fun of me because when we was in Ireland one time, we visited Blarney Castle, where the Blarney Stone is. And, hang on. Have a swig of water. There was... Going up one of the staircases, there was like a little window thing. It was like a window on the wall, but it led to somewhere, like a little room. But you weren't supposed to go in there, it was all dark. And I was saying to Greg, what's in there? It looks mysterious. And he said, just climb up and go in and have a look. And it was, it was that small that I think Greg might have given me a leg up or something, but it wasn't very high off the ground, only a few feet. So I went in and I couldn't get down. And it was really embarrassing. Greg was like, Nick, just come down, I'll catch you. And I was just sitting on this windowsill with other people walking past me, going up the stairs, looking at me just like, what is wrong with her? Me on this stupid little window ledge, like, oh, it's too high, I can't get down. God, I'm such a wimp. Such a wimp, it's embarrassing. Yeah, eventually I just jumped and I was like, oh yeah, that really wasn't very high. But I think in my head I just thought, well, I'm higher off the ground than Greg, so I must be really high. Strange logic. But yeah, those are pretty much the two things that I'm most terrified of. A couple of other things, but they're just weird. I'm a bit of a strange person. But I'd say they're the worst. And the last question, The last question is... Hang on, let me pause this. There we go. I don't want to make it a really long video because then it would be a pain to edit. The iPad will just struggle. Last question is, what would be your dream job? Now for me, this is quite an easy one. I mean, if we're going realistic, obviously I'm not going to be flipping Empress of the World or anything, but I would really love to be a police dog handler with an attack dog, like a German Shepherd. I think that would be so fun. I mean, there's no way it's ever going to flipping happen, unfortunately. But I just think that would be such a cool job. Me and my little dog can go and bite crime. It would be fun. And yeah, I'm a massive dog lover, so it would be really fun to be able to, work with them and go and do some good, as it were. But I don't know, I'm sure being a policeman or a policewoman, I'm sure that's a very difficult job, because I bet you have a lot of aggro from people, and I don't deal with aggro very well. I will just be telling people to just shove off, and then I'll get told off. And as far as I know, police men and women, they have to deal with a ton of paperwork. Someone who Greg used to work with, they were a special constable or whatever it is, which is like, volunteer policeman. And they were saying to Greg that, the paperwork is so bad. If you get out your little, I don't even think it's even a truncheon, like the little stick. If you get that out, you have to fill in loads of paperwork about when you got it out and why and what happened. Even if you just got it out to show someone, you have to go through miles of paperwork. It's just a bit stupid, really. But there we go. But yeah, I think I definitely admire anyone who actually has the balls to be, a good policeman and put up with the aggro and do a good job. I think the police get a lot of disrespect, and it's kind of out of order, really. It's usually the people who are committing the crimes that don't like the policemen, to be honest. And that's it. That's the end of my little tag. Turn my page back over. Yeah, people... I used to work in a shop, as I've probably said before. And sometimes you did have some really awkward customers, and I would just want to give them a piece of my mind. And the funny thing is that if I told friends and family, like what happened, they'd always say to me, oh, just, tell them to shove off and tell them this and that. And I said, yeah, but if I was honest with all the customers that were rude to me and told them to get lost, I'd be sacked pretty quickly, and we wouldn't have any customers. Because a lot of people were just horrible. Some people were lovely. Some people were just a pleasure to serve and talk to. They were like your friends, but some people were just, ugh. As I'm sure anyone who has worked in a shop will know. Especially, I think, when it's, because we sold food, it's like a little local supermarket thing. I think food retail is the worst. Because for a brief period, I went and worked in a jeweller's, which at the time, is my dream job. And then I found out that I hated it because it's just all about the hard sell, unfortunately. But when I did work in a jeweller's, just the way customers were with me, it was just completely different. They were just giving me so much respect because I was in the jewellers wearing my suit and I'm so knowledgeable apparently. And yeah, it was completely different. It was shocking. This is an example of one of the more awkward customers that I had. There was a man who thought a lot of himself, and he came in one time and he'd bought a steak, and he came in to complain that the steak was too tough, and he wanted a double refund plus money for the gas used to cook it. And I think he actually got the refund because the customer is always right, apparently. which is really depressing. I mean, yeah, it's a sort of customer that you just want to tell to shove off. And I think another time, this same customer came in again, and he'd bought a curry. I think it was just like a ready meal curry, which seems a bit low class for him. And he spilt it on his floor, spilt a bit of the curry on his carpet, and he wanted double refund again, and the money for the carpet cleaner he used to clean his carpet. And again, I think he did get that refund. And it was horrible because the manager would always want to keep everyone sweet, and they'd reward, you know, bad behaviour, as it were. They would reward your rudeness from the horrible customers. If someone came in and they were just being really horrible, completely up their own backside, and just being very disrespectful to, you know, us people on the till or whoever, the manager would just be all apologies and have some chocolates, have some wine, and just, it used to do my head in. That's another one of my pet peeves. There we go, number 4. Awkward, rude customers. I mean, you know, just if you have a problem, then just talk, sort it out. Don't be rude. I mean, I know some people in shops are horrendously rude, you know, people who work in shops, but yeah, some of us, we do try and do a good job and cheer people up and be nice. And then when you have people again and again just coming in and being rude, and, you know, it's like having a metaphorical slap in the face all the time, every time you serve a customer, so it's not very nice. So I've always urged people, be nice to the staff. Please be nice to the staff, because we don't deserve to be treated like we're nothing. But yeah, now I'm a mum, yay, best job. Right, I'm going to show you this picture and then I'm going to go, because Sakura is waking up from her nap and she's having a bit of a cry. So I'm going to show you these colours, these dodgy colours. We've made quite a bit of progress. Oh, it's nearly done. It's looking good. Looking good, apart from the dodgy colours. But we won't mention that. I have my phone on charge on the while I was just putting everything down. Right, here is the picture so far. That's where we've just been working, down in this little corner. That side of the border is already done. But yeah, I need to finish just up here. So, it is looking good, but as you can see, some of the colours are a little bit dodgy. For instance, Zelda's skin disease. What is up with all that weird yellow? What is up with those yellow spots? They are a bit weird. And also, you may notice there's a few white bits in her hair. Bugger, that as well. So these white bits were originally meant to be this horrible pink. So she would have pink in her hair, there and there, and, you know, wherever there's a bit of white there. Now, when I was doing a bit of this, I was turned around to the side and I didn't realise that that pink was that highlight of the hair. I thought it was just a bit of skin showing through. But yeah, I'm going to have to change that back to white. Going to have to change those pink bits back to white. I did mention on another video the colour that I used. I can't remember which colour it was. If you're interested, if you want to know if you have this picture, then just ask me in the comments, or just watch the other video, because I did list it, or rather I did mention it. So yeah, I'm going to have to take out all these horrible yellow bits as well. I might just replace them with pink, because I think the pink doesn't look too bad. I mean, yeah, she looks a bit sunburnt, a bit too pink, but yeah. Link I'm not really happy with, but I don't know what to do about him really. Because just the weird spots on his face and his weird expression. He's meant to be kind of, well, I'll put a picture in. This is what it's meant to look like. And this is how it's turned out. So as you can see, it's a bit different. These yellow bits down the side, they're quite different, and like I said, these walls, these castle walls, if I'd have followed the pattern, then they would have been pink. Link's tights would have been pink. Yeah, I'm just really not not too happy. I mean, there's bits of bloody, I don't know why they're there. It's those weird spots. But I don't really know what to do. I don't know. I kind of feel a bit stuck. My mum's birthday is coming up soon. And those, why are they there? I don't know. Yeah, my mum's birthday is coming up soon. It's on the 4th of August and I still have to send this off to get it framed. I think today is the 14th of July. So I don't really have that much longer to wait, really. So yeah, I'm just going to have to get this corner done. Try and change out some of the colours. I mean, Zelda's face looks awful, doesn't it? Even from a distance. I know everyone says, oh, you know, from a distance it's fine, it's fine. But it's really not, is it? It's really not. I am so gutted. But there we go. You'll live and learn. So yeah, that's it, really. That is how Zelda is getting on. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a comment if you want. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you to do anything. If you want to subscribe, if you want to like, then that's fine. But yes, again, like I said earlier, you know, thanks for subscribing, liking and commenting. It's really nice. It cheers me up. It's really nice to have a nice comment, you know, when I go onto YouTube. So that's it really. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. I'll try and get this uploaded today. It does take a while with the long videos, so I might end up having to do it tomorrow. But yeah, hope everyone has a great weekend, great week. Hope everyone's diamond paintings are going well. If you make videos, then give me a link to your latest video or your channel in the comments. Then I'll have something to watch. Because as far as I know, I still haven't found anyone who does like a kind of, I say regular update thing. I know I'm not exactly regular, but I do try. But I don't know who else does that. All I get suggested to me is just diamond painting tutorials. You know, stuff that I don't really need to watch. There are a lot of them. Surely you don't need a million videos saying how to stick something down on a canvas. But hey, whatever. Yeah, like I said, if you want to link your video, then link it in. If you do the tag, send me a link as well. I want to know. I'm nosy. Yeah, like I said, I hope you all have a great week and I will see you next time. Hopefully it won't be too long. And maybe I'll show you a bit more of my scrapbooking or journaling or whatever else I've been doing. So thank you for watching and I will see you soon. Bye!